Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. If you are returning viewer, thank you for stopping back by and I hope you enjoy this episode. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Stacy. Hi, it's nice to meet you. We are back with the red-eared slider. So since the last time that we talked and I showed you this, I have filled out more of this water on this side here, also this rock, and I have completed this little dragonfly. This dragonfly here has a some AB drills in the wings here and just on the edges here a little bit, and then a couple of ABs in the body there just to make it pop just a little bit. Okay, so we also completed this rock that the red-eared slider is sitting on, and we have started, or I have started, filling in the red-eared slider. I've got some of the dark brown filled in. I've got a little bit of this lighter brown here. I did some of the blue that's coming through here in the eye there. So yeah, we're working on the red-eared slider here. The rest of the picture has more flowers and butterflies up there. So, you know, obviously the title of this picture is the, red-eared slider. So that is the main focal point of this Diamond Art Club beauty here. And I'm going to zoom in. We're going to work on the red-eared slider. Just going to zoom in a little bit right there. I'll pick a color up in here and we'll work on that. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. I've got my green Nix's Notions tray. I'm using my pen from Miss Creations by Danny. Both Etsy stores will be listed down in the description. So yeah, we're here today. I'm a little bit under the weather. I did not go to work today. There is a AB drill sitting in here for some reason. I did not go to work today. There was a stomach flu that was going around through all the residents last week when I worked, and I must have I didn't catch exactly what they got because I did not have all of the issues that some of the residents have, but I did I am feeling under the weather, and I don't know about you guys, but if I'm helping people, especially elderly people, I don't want to go to work sick. I know that it's still frowned upon, any job, it's frowned upon if you take off a day for being sick or whatever, but if they want to write me up, go right ahead, because I don't think it's me personally. If I was in that situation, an elderly patient or elderly resident that is paying top dollar to have people care for me, I would not want someone coming to help me if they're sick. So I'm not going to go in feeling under the weather. And I also had like a slight migraine when I woke up as well. So I'm not doing that. Like I said, they can write me up if they want to, but I'm just not going to do it. I'm sorry, but I just, that's just wrong, it's just wrong to do. So I'm not, yeah. I'm just not. I still have a little bit of a headache going on, but I'm feeling better. I was able to eat something and keep it down, which is nice. So, I am making it through. And able to just relax and do some diamond painting, which is always nice. It's always fun to do. Takes your mind off of everything, huh? At least for me. I can whisk myself away when I'm diamond painting, and not really focus on the things that stress me out. It's not that I'm ignoring them, it's just taking a break from them, because, you know, stress is stress. And it's a real thing. It does mess you up. You know, there's a lot of aches and pains that come through the body due to stress that I think a lot of people, especially younger people, ignore. They don't realize that they're stressed out and stuff like that, and then they wind up having like neck pains or, you know, whatever it may be, and they don't realize that it's stress related, because they, you know, they're just trying to get by, you know. You're just trying to get through your days, and, you know, make whatever money you can to survive and that kind of thing. But stress is a real thing, and the older you get, the more wise you are to it. Unfortunately, the older you get, the more damage you've done to your body before realizing it. So I wish there was a better balance between work and health, you know, because it just seems like there's not a good balance. Everybody's so money hungry, and so it just seems like nothing really balances out. As much as you try, nothing seems to balance out. I almost wish, and I've probably mentioned this before, but I almost wish that we had like, you know, barter systems in place instead of monetary value on things, because that would, I mean, nothing's ever perfect. It wouldn't, I mean, you'd still have issues, but I just wish that there was less emphasis on money, because that's what, you know, that's what causes so much stress, you know. Oh, we don't have enough money for this, or, you know, we've got bills to pay, whatever it may be. And I feel like it's a double-edged sword, and I'm sure you all do too. It's a double-edged sword, because you need it to survive, but yet it's like not easy to get, if that makes sense. I could just be talking out of my butt, but that's kind of how I feel. I kind of feel like we are kind of distracted from the important things, because everybody's just trying to survive. I'm not even talking about, you know, getting rich. I'm talking about just surviving. It's hard, as you all know. So going back to my original portion of this conversation, I am not going to sacrifice somebody else or put somebody else in, not danger, but in a situation to get sick if I'm sick. If I can take the day off and afford to take the day off, then I'm going to do that. And it's unfortunate that companies aren't a little bit more relatable to that, you know. I think the people that are in the companies are relatable to that. You know, if you talk to management and stuff like that, they you know, understand, well, yeah, you don't want to come in when you're sick, you know, nobody does, that kind of thing. But it's a situation where they're torn, you know, where they get pulled. I was in management for quite some time, and it's a hard situation to deal with, because you have the company that, you know, the company needs to make money, it needs to thrive so that people can keep their jobs, you know, that kind of thing. But at the same time, you can sympathize and say, well, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think that you should get docked or get in trouble for calling out being sick. But then the policies are, if you miss so many days, then you get written up, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, how are you supposed to take care of yourself if you're constantly here and you're constantly being pushed beyond your limit, that kind of thing, right? It's a double-edged sword, as we all know. Double-edged sword. So, like I said, they can write me up. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not going to take the chance of getting someone who's elderly and already has health issues. I'm not going to take the chance of getting them sick just because I don't feel good. So, and I do wear a mask at work. I'm not vaccinated or any of that stuff, but I do wear a mask, especially this time of year. We're required to wear a mask to help, not spread germs and stuff. But there are some issues, some things where it just happens. Sometimes you just can't help being sick. You just can't help it. I probably didn't even, maybe I didn't even get sick from them. Maybe I got sick from something else, and but the point is that I don't want to take it back in there, especially because some of them I know are just getting over it, or were just getting over it when I was there last weekend, so I don't want to re-sick anybody. That was kind of a long tangent, huh? Kind of a long... I do over-elaborate, don't I? I talk about things instead of just making a statement. I kind of like drag it out, don't I? I don't know why I do that. I think, I have some theories of why I do that. I always felt, even to this day, more so when I was younger, but even now, I feel like people don't, they hear what I'm saying but don't listen to what I'm saying, so I over explain a lot of things because I feel like they don't get where I'm coming from. I've always felt like an outcast anyway. I've always been an outcast, I should say. I felt like one first, but then realized that I was one. And not in a bad way, not an outcast in a bad way, like, I'm not saying that my school years, childhood was great, but I feel like I never fit in. And, that's okay. That's okay. I don't like that, people like myself get treated badly because we don't fit in, but I don't know, I don't have a solution of how that's fixable, because you can't control what other people do and say and think, and so I don't know if there's anything fixable about that. It's unfortunate, but it is true. I'm a little bit off screen, but I only have a little bit up here that I think is off screen. I can move down just a bit. There we go. So I like to bounce around when when diamond painting. I like to bounce around only because if I clean out my tray, if I bounce around, I can empty out my tray and then move on to the next color. I don't know, for me that's satisfying when I can empty out the full tray and then move on to the next color. I don't know if I'll empty this one out, but I could definitely get more on this. Yeah, I do bounce around it. I have like a weird thought process when it comes to diamond painting, because I want to do it like, I want it to be very even, very equal across the board, you know, like I want to complete the whole bottom section before moving to the middle section and that kind of thing. But I also want to be able to, like I said, empty my tray out. And by emptying my tray out means that I'm bouncing around and not necessarily staying in one section. So I'm kind of chaotic that way, I think. My brain is kind of chaotic because looking at this, you know, I want to get the whole turtle done before moving on to something else. But then I'll have extra of, say, this color, and I need it over on that side of the canvas, and so I'll move over there, and then I have partials going on all over the place, and which then makes me go, oh my gosh, I gotta finish that because that's not complete. And it's a struggle with my own brain. It's a struggle. Am I still in camera over there? Not really. So let me move this. I think I have room to move that sideways that way. Yep. See the little turtle butt over here. The little turtle butt. I think animals are so cute, even turtles. Like, I just think that they're so cute. They all have different features that make them unique, that is like my version of the cute aspect, you know? So like turtle shells are, you know, they're not something that turtles can crawl in and out of. It is part of their skeletal system. So like baby turtles, I believe their shells are super soft, which makes them very vulnerable. Kind of like when a crab sheds, and when it molts, because crabs molt, and that's where you get your soft-shelled crabs. My mom loves to eat soft-shelled crabs. I grew up, like I said, in Maryland. I've said that before, and so steamed crabs are a big deal in Maryland. And my mom likes to eat soft-shelled crab sandwiches. So basically, with that, with steamed crabs, if you guys don't know, you crack open the shell, you pull the meat out of it, and you eat the meat, right? And you discard the shell. Well, with soft shell crabs, you eat the whole thing. And I can't remember if they're fried or if they're baked, but they're basically the shell and everything. And you put it on, my mom likes it as a sandwich, so you put it on a roll or, you know, whatever it may be, bread type that you like, and you eat the whole thing. I don't recall ever myself having one because, I don't know, it just seemed kind of weird to me. So I don't recall ever having one, but my mom really likes them. I like steamed crabs. It's kind of sad being out here in Colorado because I do miss, you know, I miss the beach, I miss, you know, having fresh seafood, you know, that kind of thing. But, you know, those are little things that I miss compared to the overall happiness I am to be not living in Maryland anymore. You know, no offense if anybody is currently living in Maryland or from Maryland. I'll just say, it, you know, after being there I lived there for, you know, 30 plus years of my life, and I, you know, just was done with it. Absolutely done with it. and don't ever plan on going back. Not my cup of tea. My parents are still there, but not me. Not me. But I do miss the seafood. I do miss being able to drive to the beach and go there, even though it wasn't like the best beach in the world. It was a beach, and it was close enough to drive to. For like a weekend trip, you know. It was like where I lived in Maryland. It was Ocean City, Maryland was about 3.5 hours away. So, you know, you could take a day trip there if you wanted to. And we did. You know, me and some friends would do that. But I do miss that. That's one of the things I do miss living out here in Colorado. But I really like the mountains too. So I'm like an all over kind of person because I love summer. I love the beach. I'm a water baby, but then I love the mountains, and I love the, you know, the coziness of like lodge settings, that kind of thing. So I think I'm a little all over the place when it comes to the type of scenery and stuff that I like, which I guess is good, because that means that, you know, I can find happiness pretty much anywhere. So I think that's a good thing. But, you know, I was done with Maryland. Maryland is for me was not a good place to live anymore, and there was some good things that, you know, obviously I remember, but for the most part, I just, I don't ever see myself going back there. I have friends, you know, friends out here actually that are from Maryland, that I didn't know back in Maryland, but met out here. Then they're actually gonna move back to Maryland and stuff, and I'm just like, nah, don't like it. Never go back. But that's just me. My husband is born, he's a native Coloradan. How would you say that? He's from Colorado originally. And he's traveled to some places. You know, he's visited, I think, Vegas, and then also California. But I don't think he has any desire to live anywhere else. I think he's happy and content with being in Colorado. I think he would think it's fun to visit places, but I don't think he has any desire to really move to a different state or anything like that. Which is fine by me. I don't know if it was because we moved to Germany when I was a kid for a few years or what, but I just have this kind of like need inside me, or not need, but desire, I should say, to travel and see things. I don't do it as much as I would like, and that's more because of money. Obviously, everything's about the money, huh? Everything's about the money. Let's pick a lighter color to go with. How about that color there, which is, this one's a pretty light, kind of creamy yellow. This one, I'll show you in just a minute. You'll see it in just a minute. This is 3855. It's like a creamy yellow. I like that. And it's just some highlights here in the turtle itself. But yeah, so I had started talking about how turtles, that the shell is part of their skeletal system. I think that's pretty cool. It's interesting, animals, the way that they are, you know. And speaking of shells, like I saw a video. I've seen a few of them, but recently I saw another video, I should say, of a spider molting. It's so neat to see, and also so interesting because when you see it happen, and it takes them a while, so if you ever look up a video to see it, most of them are sped up, time-lapsed, because it takes a while for them to molt. But they're so, when you, like, you get the reality of how vulnerable they are right after they molt. I mean, you can see the difference in color. They're so bright. Their colors are so bright when they just molt, and then as their what do you call it, exoskeleton, as that hardens up after they've molted, their color changes dramatically, and it's just a really cool thing to see. Crabs are the same way. Crabs, when they molt, their colors change too. But spiders are really cool to see when they molt. I'm trying to think of other animals. I think it's cool when you see a hermit crab change their shell, because they, unlike the turtle, they actually, the shell is their house rather than part of their body. So when you see them slide out of one shell to move over to another shell, that's really cool to watch too. That's the only way they grow too, is, you know, so if you actually, I've had a couple pet hermit crabs. So if you get a hermit crab for your kiddo or yourself, you have to provide them new shells, or else they don't grow, and they will stay that same size until they die. And I don't remember how long their lifespan is, but it's not, I don't think it's very long. I'd have to look that up because I'm not sure. But they're really cool. I did have, like, when I do remember that I had kind of like a crazy nightmarish dream when I had my last hermit crab, which was years ago, decades ago. But I remember having a dream, a nightmare kind of dream, where the thing just kept growing and growing and growing, and it like got so big that it like took over my whole bedroom. Like it didn't even have a cage, or, you know, something that it was inside of, because it had gotten so big that the bedroom was its cage. Oh, it's just, and I woke up kind of freaked out. Actually, I woke up kind of freaked out. And I haven't had one since then, which is funny. It's funny that I still remember that dream. I can still see it pretty vividly in my mind's eye. It was pretty intense. I don't know what I was going through at the time for me to dream that, but yeah, it was pretty intense. Pretty intense. We have gone almost a half an hour. Man, I talked a whole bunch today, didn't I? I talked a whole bunch. So before we zoom out, we did some of the brown, some of this little medium brown in here, and then we did this really light yellow highlights on the turtle there. So I'm going to zoom all the way out, which you won't see the whole thing because I have it folded over. My desk is not that big. But so far we're getting there. We've got this whole bottom section done. This is all done down here. And this is what size is this? This is like a 50 by 64 centimeter, or 20 by 25 inch. And we've got all of this section from like here, basically from here down, completed, which is really nice. We are steadily moving on this, and it's looking really good. Again, we've got some ABs in the dragonfly here. We've got some ABs in the flowers down here. couple of ABs in that dragonfly body there. Haven't seen any ABs in the turtle. It looks like the only AB that we're going to have is right here on the eye. That looks to be the only AB that's going to be in the turtle. So all the ABs are going to be sparkling around the turtle. But I still think it looks cute. I'm loving the browns on this. It'll be nice when I get the stripes done. The blues in the water over here are amazing. I really, really love it. Yeah. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode. And I hope that you liked it. If you did, hit that like button. It would really help out the channel. Leave a comment if you'd like. Give me about a week to respond. But I do my best to answer everybody. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider it, especially if you've watched more than one of my videos. It doesn't cost you anything. And it helps me out. So again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.